And we're live. Hey guys, it's Shoshi from Shoshi's Magnificent Minis. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Hoping to not have any tech problems. I got up early so that Mike could help me and make my sound checks and everything. Can you hear me? Lotus Cobra? I see you guys. We have Real Bug King raging again. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, I think that what would happen last time is that the cord on the mic was like loose or something, and that was causing a bad connection, which was making my mic sound quiet and my music sound loud. Yay! Wow, this is awesome. Good, good. We have, let me see. I think what I'm going to do first is thank some of the people who just recently followed me. Let's see. It's Petio. I think that's how I say it. Raz Harbor, Morris 2551762. So thank you guys so much for the follow. We have a Kingdom Death hand here. And slightly robotic. Oh no. Let me see if I can. I don't know what else to do. It sounded fine on my end when I did the recording. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it looks like the connections are all set, but if you, yeah, I don't know. Everybody else says it sounds good, Raging. Oh, that was working? Okay, so something I did work. Yes, yay. Okay, so it was a connection then. Mike ordered a new connector, so hopefully we'll get that taken care of. Still muddled? Oh no. Well, I don't know what else to do, guys. Just bash it a bit, yeah. I want to show you guys what we worked on. We had a sneaky stream on Saturday just to see what it would be like to do a stream on Saturday. Mike and I didn't have anything else better to do. And I had some stuff to paint, so we painted this Screaming Antelope, which you can see. I think that definitely some gloss varnish needs to go in there to make it look more wet. There's a lot of work in here that I could still do. Here's the other side. He's mostly done. I mean, he's speed painted for sure. He's kind of rough. This would not be my commission level probably, because this is a personal project. So it's for our home game, so it just needs to be finished. Not perfect, that's my motto. Yeah, it's horrifying. It's a horror game. It's supposed to be super creepy and icky. Yeah. So I'll set that aside. I'm also going to show you guys, these are 2 commissions that I'm working on, so you'll get to see. This is the level of my commission work. So these are White Knight. This is White Knight and White Knight Heavy. White Knight is he's closest to being done. I still have some work to do on the White Knight Heavy. I've got lots of blending left to do on both of their cloaks. You can see I started on this one. This one is not done. We'll be putting some freehand line work on the back and doing all kinds of weathering on this guy, because I thought it would be cool to have the juxtaposition of the new and clean knight along with the like old and weathered knight, and they could be, you know, attacking each other. It's kind of cool. So those are commission pieces I'm working on. I'm waiting on the plinths that those come in, because those are display pieces. And of course you guys can do exclamation point points to find out how many points you have. The longer you are in my chat, the more points you earn, and you get gold stars in my chat, because this is kind of like my little classroom. And this is our giveaway. At the end of the month, we'll do a giveaway with the gold stars. Everybody who has points is able to buy tickets. Yep, see? Awesome. And good. Lotus Cobra's got some stars. Jabberwock has some stars. Good. And this is the legendary Captain Nimue from Wild West Exodus that I'm giving away. We did a stream on her. A couple streams actually. There was like 3 total. Here's the box. And so yeah, so that is Wild West Exodus. She is a limited edition model that was only given away at Salute and Adepticon, and I don't know if they've gone to any other cons since then. What else did I want to show you? I think that might be it. Oh, one other thing I want to show you. So you might remember I worked on a Horluck Doomslayer from War Machine, or from Hordes rather. So I've got him all based and painted, and I just need to paint his base. So you can see how he looks, and that's for my buddy Devonian from the War Machine Hordes painting group. Yeah, everybody's got your points. What rank are honor student? Awesome. Yeah, you can type exclamation point rank to find out your rank. And honor student is pretty cool because Real Bug King is only 30 hours away from class president. That's a lot of hours, so it's quite a jump. But once you get those ranks, that's pretty cool. So you can see the OSL. Uh-oh. It looks like I need to actually super glue on his little scroll backpack. I'll remember to do that. Yeah, so that is a present for my friend Devonian. He's going to be doing a painting exchange. And we will start the hand. I want to show you. You still want to be the class clown. We might have to, like, figure out something for people who want a class clown rank. Here is our hand. This is the art from the Kingdom Death website. This is how he looks. It looks like he's got lots of gold on, a little bit of blue with some freehand on the side here, a little bit of freehand on these little, I don't know what these are, placards, I don't know, little dealy boppers. We'll call them dealy boppers. So yeah, lots of gold. So you'll get to see me do my gold recipe again, and because again this is one of my personal Kingdom Death minis, you get to see kind of my easy mode stuff, so you'll be able to, you know, apply and learn some of these techniques really easily. Let me find my golds. Here we go. All right. Okay, I don't see my tinny tin right away, so I'm going to use my scale 75 if I can find it. Watch me not be able to find it. No! I put away all my paints today, or yesterday, because here's my tinny tin. Tinny tin, we're going to start out with that. I think that's what we'll start out with. I just dropped my paper. Okay. Ooh, shite. Let's see. There you go. You can see better now. Okay. You forget what plant these. Oh yeah, those are birch pod seeds. And if you live in Colorado or anywhere they have birch trees, you don't need to buy them because they're super expensive. And you can just get them off the trees yourself. They're getting kind of rare actually in stores. I don't know why. Maybe there was a certain supplier that used to carry them. Alright, I have a Winsor Newton. Actually, this is not a Winsor Newton. Which one is this? This is a Raphael number 1 Kalinsky. And it's an 84. I'm gonna pick this label off. Oh, the dramatic music is on. Good. That means it'll be off by the time it's 8408. And then I have my Rubloff Kalinsky 1010, number 2. Yeah. It is a Kingdom Death mini dart thrower. Hey, Flickster. And I want to mention here, Flickster is my mod in the chat. So welcome him. And he is also a streamer. So Puritan1724, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Yes, Kingdom Death, the hand. This guy will kick your butt in the game. Big time. But yes, Flickster is a streamer. He's really popular. He's super cool. He's fun to watch. He just had a baby, so he's probably going to be showing off the baby. But we are going to start painting now. Let's see. Lots of gold here. Let's start with the boots. And I noticed that there's some little swirly things that I'm going to try to avoid over here. You know what? I'm going to take this off because I don't think I'm going to need it right now. It'll just get in my way. He's okay. Yeah, he's okay. Yes, there we go. I think rather than paint my super fast mode, I'm going to be a little bit slower and a little bit more careful on him because it looks like he's going to have a lot of room for some freehand. And you want a very nice canvas to start that on. Mighty Kwan says, do you do all your work with brushes or do you use an airbrush? So I'd say 80% of my work is with a hand brush. But for commissions, I will, and actually, as you can see, this is primered already in it's called pre-shading with black and white. Zenithal priming with Stynylrez primer. I put the black on first, and then I angle the white so that it's sort of in a directional, usually at 10 o'clock, and not noon, because noon is straight on top. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the cheer, Darth Thrower 22. That is so cool. Look at all the little triangles. Thank you. But I was saying that, so because of the it's only noon, like for what? A few minutes, and then it's not noon anymore. It's, high noon is only for an hour above your head. But, 10 o'clock or so, and I know that's only an hour too, but it's going to have that direction a lot longer and seem more natural, right? So I tend to do it from this, like usually over here or over here, depending on how the mini is faced. And yeah, I will often, if I have like a big model or like a board jack or something like with a lot of metal and stuff, I might do more airbrushing. It's something that I want to learn, and I kept telling myself that I'm going to learn this summer. We'll see if that happens. If I can bring my airbrush down here and stream it, you guys will get to watch me learn to use my airbrush on stream, which would kind of be a comedy of errors. Yay. Not showing off any flick, more like presenting. All babies are pretty similar looking, like Winston Churchill sucking a lemon. I didn't even know Winston Churchill did that, so that's cool. Okay. Here we go. I'm painting again. Yeah, feel free to ask me questions about anything and with the painting, because that is why we are here. This is our quote-unquote yellow gold base coat. It's tinny tin. It's sort of a brown. I just like the way it looks. If I wanted a really, really high gold, I would just paint maybe a different base. But I like a metallic base for it. Hello, green stuff. How are you? Confurioso. Welcome. Did everybody have a good weekend? Did we see any movies? Did we go anywhere cool? I did not go anywhere. All I did was paint. I painted on a stream on Saturday, which was kind of cool. And my husband and daughter went to see The Covenant, which I was not going to go see. I'm not into the jump scares or the scary aliens. Although he did say it wasn't as scary as the first movie. But that's alright, not for me. You tried streaming? Yeah, that first time, if you're by yourself, I can imagine. I obviously had my husband tech watching me, and so I had all the hard part taken care of by somebody else. I think that it's a high learning curve, honestly. Now, this is definitely, I think, a model I might sub-assembly, because look at me, I can't even reach in that leg there very well. Covered up all that little swirly. Alright. Got some on his robe, that's alright. What else is gold? He's got, I don't know what this is over here, but this is gold. He's got, I guess, tank. Oh, wait. There's a lantern down here somewhere. I think this is a lantern. So there's going to be OSL right here. Yep. That's why that's gold. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because you're going to see me do OSL on metal, which that's going to be, so we need to make sure this is really nice and dark so that wherever we have the highlights, they look really bright. So we're going to do that. Yeah, we don't allow links, Real Bug King. Sorry. Not unless it's really pertinent to what I'm talking about, so. And we also don't allow self-promotion, I'm sorry. That's a sort of a Twitch no-no when you're in someone else's stream. At least unprompted, without permission. Oh, it's the streaming service, okay. It has that dot. I didn't know there was another streaming service. Interesting. Okay, I understand. Let's see. Now, he's got these shoulder pads. I think that they're like a platinum, so I'm going to leave those alone. We might even make those silver. Yes. Yeah. It's all art focused. That's pretty cool. That's probably better than Twitch being more video game focused then. It's just that, I guess maybe, I guess a lot of people who would be into art might be into that and find it. I think Twitch being owned by Amazon has its perks in that they have more reach, possibly. Alright, I'm just going to paint over that because that's going to get highlighted by itself. This is this whole little crown. If you, yeah, look at this. This is gross. This is like a brain. All of the Kingdom of Death stuff has a little bit of weirdness to it. Yeah. The smooth application of the paint to the mini, is that due to the brush or the paint you're using? That's a good question. Well, I thinned out my paint. I've thinned it out onto my wet palette, so it is about half thickness right now. So that's probably the biggest thing. And yeah, I think maybe the brush has a little bit to do with it. Having paint that is thinned out and not dry makes a big difference. Okay, let's see. This whole part of his sword gets to be that dark color. There's this whole gross bone hand on here too, like a spine. Look, what if he used, there's a skull on the end. You're gonna grab some food, good. Everybody play nice. Yep, I thinned my paints. Exactly. Yep, just plain water. Imagine the brush. Yeah, it's just water and the brush. This is a very nice brush, by the way. It was very cheap. You can get these on Amazon. Although, last time I looked, you could only get the sets, and so that was a bummer. Metallic acts differently. Yeah, it does. I just think that its game color is a very nice. It does a lot. It's got really great coverage. That's why I like game color. It's probably, I think Citadel is probably the next best with coverage, but it doesn't have this deep brown. Like there's this scorpion brass or something like that Citadel has, but it's got too much silver in it for my liking. All right, now this is something I want to show you because I want to do this. Let's see. Oh, there's my decayed metal. So that's a scale 75 metal. And that I was looking for, but let's see. I need the right shade of dark, probably purple is what I need. Yes, this is called black leather. It's real deep purple. And we're gonna shade our metal with that because in shadowed areas on metal, it's not shiny. This is a Rubloff 1010 Kolinsky. They're really inexpensive because I mean they're Russian. And I got these through a friend in Poland. But I've seen them on Amazon, but lately I've only seen them in the sets. And this is a 2. Okay, so up in here where the darkest bit is, and I'm probably actually gonna need some even darker color. I'm gonna mix some flat black with that. If you're brave, you can do Tester's Model Master Buffing Metallic paints. Oh, tell me about those. Those sound amazing. They're enamels though, so it requires the proper thinner, and you have to use a respirator. Oh, I don't like that. But it does buff up. That's cool. So, I don't like having to use a lot of toxic stuff. But maybe in this case it might be worth it. Okay, do you see how dark that goes? There we go. We're actually shading the metals because you want that depth of contrast, especially since we're going to be doing some OSL. You really want contrast. And I'm just mixing about 50-50 my purple and black together and poking it into the deepest recesses of this model. Okay. That hair right here. There we go. Who needs lungs when you've got metallics? Haha. Yeah. A little black, a little bit of purple, dark, dark color. Over here. Ah. It's basically like almost like a little bit of dark lining under here. Okay, and then so they're nice for doing up Gunpla. Oh, that's so cool. If Gunpla were more marketable, like people bought them after the fact, after they were painted. If like I know people do buy them after the fact, but not. I don't think there's a big enough market in the U.S. at least. I would be painting those a lot because I love them. But then it's like after I get done, I really don't care about keeping the model. I just want to do the, I just want to model it. That's it. All right, we got to do this back here underneath this edge of his helmet. You have to keep everything, yeah, you sleep in the same room. So I recommend P3 paints and Reaper Master Series paints. They're both non-toxic and both excellent. And the nice thing about the P3 paints is that they're very small range. You might need some purples to add to it, but pretty much it has everything else you might need. Okay, there's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of an edge here as well. Okay, so that's almost like reverse. So we shaded with the flat color. And we might need to go back in with this a little bit and blend that. Oh, P3 is a hard pain to get in the UK. I think Reaper Master Series is really difficult to get in the UK also. That's why you have none of your terrain work. Oh, gotcha. You have kids and sometimes nieces and nephews, and you have to try to have the non-toxic stuff because you never know what they're going to get into. Is everybody in chat right now from the continent of Europe? Or do we have any North Americans in here or Canadians? Well, that would be North America too. All right. So let's see. Let's do the base for the platinum. What should I do that as? Let's do the base for the platinum with a dark blue. This is abyssal blue. It's sort of a dark blue gray. I think that'll look good. Canada. Ooh, Mighty Quan. Canada has the day off. River Kings US. Awesome. It's always cool to see where people are from, so I can get an idea of like what times are best. Talagar's from USA. Canuckistan. Right, that's awesome. We're going to be going to Europe this summer. And we're going to be flying through Air Canada, and so we're gonna go from Chicago to Toronto, and I'm excited because we'll be in the Toronto airport for a little bit, and I'm gonna basically snag all of the Canadian like goodies I can, all the candies, maple candies and stuff. Okay, see that? We made that a dark blue. And these pauldrons. There you go. Yeah, from the land of the rat. Good luck with my luggage? Oh no. You think that I have a... Good luck. Do you think that it's gonna get lost in Canada? Don't say that. Don't jinx me. Oh, good. Lotus Cobra, that's awesome. Yeah, I need stuff to force me out of bed on Mondays, and that's another reason why I did this stream, too. Because it just starts the whole week off. I have to tell you, since I started streaming, my miniature painting productivity has gone through the roof. I am doing so much faster stuff right now, especially on my own projects, because that's most of what I stream. Maybe Canada is the worst with luggage. Oh no! Toronto Pearson Airport is such a pain to navigate through. It's massive. Your luggage belongs to maybe. Ooh. But we have no choice. We have to check at least 2 bags. We're gonna take care. I'll make sure to put a lot of good stuff in the carry-ons then. I'm gonna be taking some painting supplies because I'm gonna be painting at Battlefield Berlin when we go to Berlin, and then we're gonna be in Vienna and Heilbronn. Alright, so that is good right there. Let's see. He's got some gold gauntlets as well. Gold and purple gauntlets. Oh, and this little belt buckle is also platinum. I'm going to make it platinum. Change this gold to platinum for some contrast. So there's 5 types of contrast. Write this down. Okay, you ready? There's matte versus, so the texture contrast, so like matte versus shiny. So then there's light versus dark. There's hot versus cold, so that's 3. There's smooth versus textured. And then there's the color contrast, which is like your color wheel complementaries, like, you know, orange versus blue or yellow versus purple, those kinds of opposites. So those are the 5 types of contrast that you can put on minis. Where am I going in Europe? So we're going to Germany and Austria. Unfortunately, those are the only 2 countries. We're going to stop briefly in London because it's one of our, from Canada to London to Vienna. And so we'll be there in Heathrow for just a minute. I don't know how long, but not long enough to get out and walk around or anything. So the last time we went to Vienna, it was for a honeymoon. And we stopped at Heathrow, and back then I was not gluten intolerant. I had not gotten intolerant of gluten, and I got fish and chips at the airport. But I've been told airport fish and chips is not true fish and chips, and that if you really want really good London or England fish and chips, you go up north, near Scotland, because they know how to deep fry everything. Tell me if I'm right. You'd be scared to fly United? Yeah, I think Air Canada, I can imagine it being a little bit more polite than United. Oh, good. You travel light. Ooh, no Warhammer World. I know. So if I do ever go to England, I want to stop I want to go to London. I also want to go to the Midlands because all my friends are in the Midlands. And there's Warhammer World, and there's the Cadbury Factory. And I want to go through the Cadbury Factory while I'm there. Let's see what else. Oh, the rest of this little helmet is also that platinum color. You live in North Yorkshire? I can't remember where. So I have American geography skills. I kind of know where stuff is, and I'm guessing North Yorkshire is. It's in the north, isn't it? North Midlands, maybe. Yeah, I'm terrible. All right, I'm looking. He's got all these little tassels and stuff. We're trying to create some contrast. We need to make not so much tourist stuff. You know, it's funny because where is the place I wanted to go the most? It was the place where the TV show Skins and Being Human was filmed, but I can't remember the name of it at all. But it was kind of not like a not really touristy town also. And in fact, somebody said that's like wanting to go to Des Moines when you come to the United States. And I was like, oh, okay. Probably won't make it out of, go out of my way to go there then. Being Human is such a good show. Not, yeah, I would go to Stonehenge, but that's like totally in the opposite direction of all the stuff that I would like to really see. But I do have a friend that lives not too far from there. Oh, see, now this has an actual hand. Oh, maybe that's why he's called the Hand. Oh, because he's missing a hand. Guys, I just realized that is not his fingertip. That's his missing hand. Creepy. Ew. Alright, so we're just not gonna paint this ruffle that color anymore. A bunch of rocks. Yeah, but it's historical. It's pretty cool, and it's old, and we don't have a lot of super duper old things like that in the United States. We do some, but we take it for granted that stuff is so new here, and it's kind of amazing when you go to Europe. It's like magical. When I went to Vienna, and there's castles everywhere and like stuff, it looks like I traveled back in time, because the homes are really not that much different than they were like 100 years ago. Some of them, where you could have a 100-year-old house, and it's kind of relatively new compared to a lot of the other architecture there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remind myself right now to paint that ruffle, because I'm gonna get my ivory. Ooh, you're going to Spain. Oh, that's so cool. I've heard the food in Spain is amazing, like really simple, fresh, just, good flavors. Let's paint this ruffle now so that I don't forget it. Okay, I think, yeah, he's just got a missing hand altogether. That's cool. You can dig for potatoes and, oh, yeah, you cannot, you can't find Roman coins in the ground in the United States. You might be able to go to Gettysburg, except they don't allow digging anymore. So any kind of artifacts like that, it's illegal to take artifacts. You can't use a metal detector anymore on those kinds of historical places. All right, that's good. Found bits of pottery. That's still pretty cool. One of the things we can do here in Illinois is you can go to this park called Kickapoo. It's called Kickapoo. It's actually a Native American name, and you can go into, there's a river that has a whole bunch of slate, and we used to go and find fossils and things like that, because during the Ice Age or something, there was a huge glacier that came over Illinois, and that's why everything's so flat. There's a lot of fossils and stuff that got pushed around over here. Kickapoo! Okay, it looks like I see some fur. He's got a lot of textures going on. Let me start painting that fur with we'll use a dark brown. We're going to use brown leather. In the Mediterranean, just off Alexandria, you can find tons of the broken pottery. Oh, and scuba dive, that's cool. What places in your countries are the best to find fossils and things? Do you ever Is anybody into that? Is anybody? I'm like a huge rock hound, and I also like minerals and things. Like I'm from Colorado. Used to always drive by this really cool rock shop, which they have boulders of rose quartz and obsidian, and I mean it's just amazing. And when I was a kid, I thought they had that everywhere, like it's a tourist thing, but it turns out it's like that's a Colorado thing. All right, he's got all this fur underneath here. And I told you guys I'm painting a little bit slower today on the account of I just want to take my time on this a little bit. Badlands National Park in Alberta, Canada is great. Oh, it has dinosaur bones? That's awesome. You guys see that article about that scientist that found that dinosaur that had all its skin and its like guts and stuff intact, and I think they could even see what it ate the last. I mean, that's just crazy. That's like the lottery of fossil finding. Whoever found that, they need to name it after that guy. I love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are so cool. If I ever played like a Warhammer, I always really liked those lizardmen and the guys, the elves that ride the dinosaurs. Just love those. Okay, I'm looking for other fur. There's lots of fur up here too. Ah, thank you so much for the follow, Rigo Vasilios. I think I said that right. Welcome, Rigo. Thank you for the follow. We are painting the hand from Kingdom Death, and we're base coating right now all of the fur around his collar, because he's some kind of royal guardsman kind of. I'm not sure what he is, but he is pretty much a Kingdom Death badass boss, because we lost, I think, an entire party to him. Okay, he looks cool so far with just even the base coating. All gonna come together, watch. Hello! Welcome! And what country are you from, Rodrigo? I'm guessing maybe Spain? Possibly? That would be cool. We were just talking about Spain. Alright, what's next? Got the fur. We need a blue. Oh, we need his cloak. His cloak is... his cloak... Hello! Hello, Danae! Oh, Greece! Wow, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Danae is a German painter, streamer. If you, his chat is like, last time I was in it, it was both German and English, but he's really, really fun to watch anyway. I recommend that you watch him. I can speak a little bit of German, so I can follow along pretty easily. I'm trying to, this is called gold or Gobi brown, and this is a color I'm trying to get for the base coat of this cloak. Hallo, wie geht es dir, René? I'm showing off my German. Mein Aussprache ist so lala. Ooh, that's the perfect color. I wanted that color exactly. Sort of this kind of baby poo color. And it's pretty thin. I don't know if you can see, but you can see the model through the mini, or through the paint. And that's good because we're gonna do some gold stuff on this. Mir geht es gut. Ja. Awesome. Hey, Von Grunk. Welcome. We're painting the hand from Kingdom Death. Oh, there's too much water on my palette in that spot. Okay, there we go. Painting the back of his cloak. Now his cloak, based on this image that I'm using, it's just we're gonna try to do some little, like, I can't describe it, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna try to attempt to do like a little stippling with gold and give it a kind of a iridescent sheen to it so it feels royal without having to do a whole lot of freehand. You haven't painted a lot of minis? Yeah. Well, Kingdom Death can be a challenge. I think that if you wanted to hold your minis off and wait to paint the Kingdom Death after you've gotten a little bit of practice, that might be a good plan if you wanted to do that. Otherwise, whoo, there we go. I didn't even realize there's some gap between his hand there. What, you could also watch these videos and get some ideas on how to paint stuff. That's also a good idea. That's why we're here. You see how thin the paint is? That's a big part of when you're painting miniatures, is to keep your paint thin, because you can always go with more paint later. But you can't always take it off. So start thin and gradually build it up. All right, that's good enough. Let's look at the rest of his outfit. Okay, I think ready. He's got super dark brown pants. I'm going to use that leather, what is it? No, that's flat black. It's a different color. Here it is. It's black leather. It's sort of a dark purpley brown. Dark purpley browny black-ish. Do not post a server link. Where's the server? I don't know. Oh, my Twitch server. My mod is gone, but you can. Does somebody else who's on my Twitch server, can they whisper to me and I will try to link it for you guys? We do have a server. Awesome. Oh. You guys see how these colors, they're all sort of warms and cools. Warm and cool is a temperature contrast. So when you're painting minis, you want those 5 contrasts. You don't have to have them all in the same model, but you have to have at least 2 to make a really outstanding, interesting mini. Okay, and I guess all of this is metal as well. So we're going to go with our tinny tin all over the bottom of his leg. So this part's not actually pictured in the artwork, so I'm just kind of guessing. And So just so you know that he looks like crap right now because this is all just the base coats. These are the base colors. We're gonna do all of the highlighting next after we do some more shading. Server link sent. Awesome. Let me link that for you guys real quick. There you go. That's my server. You can join it. You can post your works in progress in that. So Von Gronk, that's like the best place to post. And then on my next Saturday stream, we had a sneaky Saturday stream this past weekend. But hopefully on my next sneaky Saturday, we'll go over some of the different works in progress and we'll talk about them, and you guys can get some feedback if you want it. Or we can just do show and tell like some of the other channels do. And let's see, I think I'm gonna do these panels. Oh man, just the edges of these are gonna be that dark brown. Saturday, sneaky Saturday. Feedback, because you won't be here for, oh, probably, yeah. So, but yeah, and I mean, if you post something and you want some feedback in there and I'm not there, or we're not having stream, I mean, it's a good place to get feedback from me because I can do it anytime. You just need to put hashtag CNC so that we know you want constructive criticism. If you just want to show off, just put like hashtag show and tell. But yeah. All the edges of all these little panels get gold. And these tassels are also gold. By the way, since the Real Bug King has helped me with that link, I'm going to write down his name. One of the things I do on the stream is when somebody gives me a good idea or is super helpful, I write down their name. It's kind of like my little teacher, you know, like how you get your name written on the blackboard if you're good. There you go. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I can pull this paper down a little bit. Maybe not. Oh well. I'm sorry, Real Bug. And it's even better, it's out of frame. I'll rewrite it. Teasing me. Yeah, class clown. There. There. No, no. Yeah. Okay. Working. All right. Work in progress. Gallery works. Awesome. All right. This is a lantern. I'm going to put dark brown on top of the lantern. We're gonna shade that with gold later. Ooh, maybe I don't want that. All right, we did some shading on the breastplate. You can see that. I'm gonna mix a little bit of black with a little bit of that black leather and shade some of the other parts of the model. There's not a whole lot that, I mean, it doesn't need to be super shaded, it looks like, because I want it to be a little bit shiny. Ooh, that's already shaded. That looks really cool. All the boots. what are the lanterns all about? We're not really sure. It's sort of, I think it's, yeah, it's like Skulls and Warhammer. It's a theme. The world is a world of complete darkness, and all they people wake up with ink caked on their eyes, and and all they have is a broken or a lantern at their side, and they don't know where they are. So the lantern is very symbolic. It could be symbolic of the soul. It could be a lot of things. Kingdom Death has a lot of mysteries in it, and that's one of the cool things. Is like for the longest time you don't know what's going on and why things are the way they are in the world. So your character has to figure that out. And most of the time you die before you find out. Kingdom Death. I don't want to give you too many spoilers since there's people who definitely are going to be playing the game in the chat. Alright, and like I said, I'm doing some mild dark lining here. If you're new to minis, dark lining is when you go under with a black or with a dark color and you're shading all of the areas to give definition to when one piece is touching another. So like this cloth is over this arm, so we need that dark line to be under that cloth, right? And so that gets a dark line. Any of the little folds. Make sense? Yeah, I think it is a metaphor for the soul, green stuff. And are they the only light source? Well, no, but I don't want to tell you what some of the other light sources are. Because spoilers. So many people just play this. You're supposed to play this game without knowing anything about it as you go. And you just learn about it as you go. So some people that they don't read anything until they are actually supposed to in the game. Okay. See how I got all that shadow back there behind his leg because that's dark. Just even doing that little bit of shading. I need a dark line right here. Helps. Shadow Claimer. Thank you so much for the host, Shadow Claimer. Shadow Claimer is also a streamer and a very cool guy. I'm mixing a little bit of ivory with the black leather, and I told you it was like a purple color. We're going to highlight now, only on the raised areas of the pants, and we're only doing it small, and I'm blending it softly by how I'm using. See how I'm smoothing it with the brush. It's pretty thin. And then I can go back with that base color and smooth over it if it's too abrupt. It is right there. Not bad. Yeah, the Lantern Horde, yeah. Green Stuff played one game with KDM, and a guy here had a copy of the core box, and it was fun, like Arkham Horror. You're probably gonna lose, but you're gonna have fun. Yeah, it's a very masochistic type of game. You get like, you really get angry and you want to table flip, but at the same time it's like, oh my gosh, we got to do it again. It's kind of funny because I had a friend, the very first time we played the game, he was like, this game is bullshit. He's like, when can we play again? Just like that. There we go. Panty leg pants. Alright. Renee's back. Need to enter a paint workshop, which will be held here at the end of June. Ah, too bad that I won't be in that area. That's a bummer. I would love to be in a German painting workshop. All right, let's do the gold because I know that you guys want to see that. We need brassy brass. We did the tinny tin first, and we're going to go over that with the brassy brass and highlight it. Dip the brush in the highlight powder. If anybody knows that meme, props, because that's an obscure one. Yeah, it's a lot like Dark Souls, only I think Kingdom Death might have come first, but I don't know, maybe not the video game, but alright, so watch this. I'm gonna be hitting all of the top raised areas, and remember, he's got a lantern up here, so this part is gonna be a lot more bright. Same thing with over here, because that lantern is... I have some hiccups now, dang it. Lantern is right there. Fundamental tenet of the game is that your settlement is your continuity. Don't get attached to survivors. They are going to die. Yeah, exactly. Your settlement is your character, basically, and the survivors are sort of your equipment in a way, right? Is that a good way to put it? That's kind of super weird. Think of it like that. Okay, these are little decorative swirls down here. There we go. Just hitting the top of the tinny tin here. Nice and shiny. Most of the game is based on the manga Berserk. Okay, now I have to see that or check it out. Is it good? Is it a good manga at least? Over here, there's those little swirls. I just realized, I don't know what that is. Is that white paint? Have I made it to the Watcher? No, we are in year 20. We've not, I don't know where we're at. I thought we were at 11, but Mike said we're farther along now. We have made it. We've just fought the Phoenix. We fought our first Phoenix. And that was pretty cool. If not very creepy. This is the dramatic music. The dramatic boss music that's always comes up in my playlist. That you guys know drives me crazy. Take it easy. You wish... Oh, take it easy, Dart Thrower. You have a good one. Have a good night's sleep. Oh, the green stuff. The core will not probably be in stock until after the Kickstarter because people would throw a fit because they ordered the core through the Kickstarter, and if that was available before that released, people would freak out. So if you really, really want a core set, I would check with the By Lantern's Light Facebook group because those guys are going to be the ones most likely to have it. Right, all of these panels we're gonna make. We're gonna make them? Yeah, we're gonna make these brassy brass. We're gonna paint some red over the top of it in a minute. Is that it? There's another one over here. Yeah, oh, do you think that we'll be able to? I think we're getting close to year 15, if we aren't already there. Yes, it will very likely be available by Gen Con because he's wanting to take some core sets and sell them at Gen Con. So I would think that that would be the time to catch it. There we go. I mean, you got to highlight this crown. So let's do this part first, right here. Get all the little dealy boppers back here too. Mark my calendar, Friday at 4 p.m. Yes, is it 4 p.m. my time? Yes, you're right, 5 Central or 5 Eastern. Yes, I have it marked. I have a friend in Australia that gets up freaking early to do the Kickstarter, and I'm supposed to be the backup in case he doesn't wake up. So that's why I gotta wake up. I gotta make sure I've got my alarm set. All right, I need some dark color back here because this is all way too bright. There. You see how that highlight? That really looked nice, doesn't it? Good morning, Angry Redhead. So I have all of the current expansions, and I sold my painting soul for them. The last ones I needed were the Manhunter, the Sunstalker, and Spitakills. And I ended up getting those and 3 resin miniatures. So like the Order Knight, I can't remember the other Order Knight, and the Weapons Master. So the 3 resins, 3 expansions in exchange for painting all of the Disciples of the Witch and the Flower Witch. So you guys might have seen me paint those. So that was sort of a trade, which was in my favor. The raffle is not today, but soon. We're gonna wait till the end of the month, and I think what day is it exactly? Let's see. It's the 22nd, so it's not yet the end of the month. Oh, thank you so much for the cheer. Asking back. Thank you. And I haven't seen your screen name yet. It's too much, so welcome. All right, let's do the platinum. Where is my platinum color? This is good. Thrash metal. It looks sort of platinum-y. It's not too silvery. I'm gonna shake that up because scale 75 minis need to be shaken. Yeah, check your ranks to see what, or not your, check your points if you want to know how many points you have. We still need to figure out, we need to do Revlo or whatever so that we can have you guys buy tickets. And we'll make it so that everybody can buy tickets at the same time. Alright, so this is that platinum color. Started on the belt buckle. Hey, Sergeant Sculpt. What do you mean lies? You really bummed because you wanted the Dragon Tyrant and you missed it. I did get that. That I ended up painting the Black Knight for. So yeah, all the hard to get stuff I painted I mostly painted to get. So, not sorry. You know, if you know how to paint, there are lots of Kingdom Death people who don't know. And you might be able to find people who are willing to do trades for painted minis versus, you know, unopened expansions that maybe they won't use, or maybe they can just buy again. Oh, I love that. Look at that. That is pretty. That's pretty. That's what I would say. You paint way too slow for that? Yeah, but these, like I said, these people, some of them don't paint at all. But I get ya. Now, when I'm brushing my brush over this gray, it is just kind of a feathering motion, and it's just the edge of the brush on the outermost, not recesses. Can't remember what's the opposite of word of recess. You know, there's something about Kingdom Death that brings out the completionist in us, isn't there? Put a little silver up here. Looks good. Okay, now remember we're gonna be painting this protrusions. Yes, that is the word. Recession, protrusion. All right, gold. This is our glorious gold by Game Color. You know what? Since there's so much gold, yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. Need this to be the most bright, because that little lantern is lighting that up, so there's no, the shadows that are there are very dark, so they're high contrast. There we go. We're going back basically over a lot of the spots that we did the brassy brass, because we're toning that brass color into a gold. Part of that's because the real gold is a little bit transparent. That means, ooh, I like that. Guys, look, it's so cool. Terrain is what you do, miniature painting secondary. Yeah? Oh, if you guys are a part of the By Lanterns Light Facebook group, we are doing a banner contest this week, so you don't have to do mini painting. You can take a photograph of your minis, or you can it's basically just any kind of fan art. You can draw. You can paint the mini. You can have a picture of a cat inside your Kingdom Death box, you know? Anything that you think is going to make a cute banner. Something that people will vote on anyway. Alright, I feel like this needs to be really gold up here. You have to get all these little edges of the crown. I think in the lore that I've read is that crowns had these little spikes because it was like pointing up their soul to heaven or something like that. I'm not really sure. Alright, that looks fine. Let's use a little bit of, where's the silver? So I have, you can use metal medium. I think I'm going to try the metal medium. This is metal medium by Vallejo, and it's really good for those little dings that metal has. Like if you look here, there's a ding right here. It's like that one, ding, the really high white. But you don't want to use flat white, because it will be too, we're using metal medium instead. Lisa says, you know, as big as the Kedium pour box is, your cat is still 4 pounds heavier than it. That's hilarious. Okay, so we want a ding. We want dings wherever that lantern light is gonna shine the most. And I'm not liking that too much, I guess. Well, I think I'm gonna use the other one that I use normally, and that is Game Air Silver 72.252. 23-pound cat. Tell me it's not overweight. Tell me that's just really muscle. My goodness, can it even watch? Can it lick itself? Like, can it clean itself? Kitty. Big fat blob cat. This is the really high silver. I'm putting it on spots. Get that ding because I felt like the medium wasn't cutting it. That appears to be working well. Yeah, he bought a tiny tiger. The dog cleans where she can't reach. Well, at least you have somebody to help you so you don't have to do it. That's funny. All right. Gonna go up on the tops of these here. Makes that gold look really shiny. Okay, so I'm going to use some clear red mixed with a little bit of, shoot, where's my yellow? Hold on, I'll show you guys. I need to make an orange, so I need a yellow and this red to mix together. This red is a little bit transparent because it's a clear from Reaper Master Series. Clear red. And I will mix with it. Ooh, that's bright. Soul Yellow, scale 75/40. Hi, Jetta Pal, how are you? welcome. We're painting the hand from Kingdom Death. I'm about ready to, I'm going to show you what I'm going to paint. So these little panels right here, here, and here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels have sort of an orangey coloring. I'm mixing that with the clear red and a tiny bit of the soul yellow. Ooh, that's the right color. And it's thin because it's a glaze. I'm glazing it over this metal here because I just want to give it an orange sheen. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly how I want it to look. Go. Let's see if I can. I was hoping to give it an enamel look, but that's not going to happen because it's too opaque. The yellow in it actually has too much opaque color in it to work, but that's all right. We might be able to do a little freehand over it in a minute. Gotta let it dry. Do I do scenic bases for my KDM? I do, but only usually for display models, and most of my personal models are, the goal is finished, not perfect. So I don't do any basing other than I paint this base like black and maybe have some kind of light effect. So I don't do a ton. Oh, you do, yes? Okay, yeah. Hey, Teague Like League, welcome. There we go. That looks good to me. Now, this looks not how I want it to look, so we need to give it another coat. I want it to be, I don't want the model, the paint, I don't want the undercoat to show through. I want just the paint to show. But as you can see, this paint particularly has some medium in it. It's going on a little bit transparent right now. So I'll need to do a few coats, I'm guessing. That's okay. Like I said, it's better to do several smooth coats than one glopped coat, although you're talking to one of the most impatient painters ever. Hey, Deathwatch 2020, welcome. How are you doing? Deathwatch is the Polish streamer that I got my brushes from. Very cool of him. Feel like he really needs that blue to go in there right now. I'm going to use Mediterranean blue. I've got to shake it really good. Turns out KDM is the only reason the monsters attack the survivors is because the monsters sexually attract to the light. Are you kidding me? Is that really true? What? Or is that only certain monsters? You're okay, you're in the last week of like finals and stuff, probably. Intensive learning. I Ooh, this is the color I really, really, really want. Telsa blue. Look at that blue. That's amazing. This is what it looks like when it's dry. It's like, that would be a really good blue to use. Actually, I used that blue on the Nimue model. She's got this whole outfit is that blue. It's great. You don't know it. Yeah, it would be hilarious, and I would not be surprised at all if it came out that that was the case. I'd be like, oh, Kingdom Death, you're so funny. Alright, so this is our base coat. Woo! I love that. Look at that beautiful blue. Like it. Now, if I were to stop right here, I feel like this mini looks like crap, but we're going to keep going because there's a lot more colors to do to make this look right. Lots more highlighting and shading. Okay. There we go. We'll let that dry. I'll go back to this. And I need a junky old brush. Going to stipple. This is just a Craft Smart plastic handled. I got like a bag of 20 or 40 of these from a craft store, and I'm going to use the gold. See how it's like that, and then on the other half of the brush I'm going to put some of that tinny tin. I think that'll work. A little bit more gold. Yeah, about right. And a little tiny bit of the, there we go. So, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm tapping it. And maybe I should put the tinny tin on first. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's tap the tinny tin on first, and then we'll layer it up just like we do with our other colors. Ah, it's too much. Getting our texture on. We should have shaded that before we did this. We might be able to go back in and shade it again. In fact, let me stop right now. Shade it first. Getting ahead of myself. Alright. It's gonna look good though, I can tell. I'm gonna use some of this dark color here. I'm gonna go into all my shade areas. Browns. It'll add multi-dimensionality. Multi-dimensionality? Is that a word? Some of the monsters turn out to be good, and there were real monsters all along. Yeah. I think that'll happen. think I grabbed the wrong color. I did. Thank you so much, Rainer. Welcome. Don't know if you're here, but I appreciate the host. Nikki Coles, thank you so much for the host. It's going to be interesting to see how that layers up now that we've got the colors underneath. Yeah, an Insanity. Did anybody ever play the old Cthulhu game by Chaosium? Was it Cthulhu Chaosium? I can't remember. I think that Chaosium did it. Anyway, in that game, you had an insanity score. And basically, the game was you were either gonna die or you were gonna go insane in Cthulhu. Have the what color was that? Birch. Hmm. There we go. You work at 9:30 p.m. and you should go to sleep. You're learning stuff. Good. All right, now the gold. And I'm trying to get most of the gold off my brush before I actually start. That is doing exactly what I wanted it to. I want it more gold in some spots. On the highlights, we want the gold to be more obvious. Ooh, that looks neat. Oh, that looks neat. Haha. I think, I don't know if this is going to work, but, oh, I don't think so. Let me try this. Okay, not terrible. You know, Wixter, those pasty legs. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Okay, this is really looking just how I wanted it to. Now, the problem I'm seeing is that there needs to be some kind of matte effect going on here to matte the shadows. So, that's too shiny. I think we need a wash. Let me see if I can go grab my Citadel wash pots. I think Agrax Earthshade would be really handy here. Okay, I got my Agrax Earthshade. Glaze it back down. I want it, I'm too fast for that, rather. I'm too impatient. Watch. I'm gonna take some of this. Because I want it to be like, because this has a little bit of matte medium in it. Right? We'll glaze it with this. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Gosh, yes. Ooh, this is the wrong brush though. I needed more control. But that's not the right one. Egg rags are, and I'm of course dumping the bottles already. I have this, look at this. I got this, I don't remember who I got this. It might have been from MK's Fire from the Lantern Group, but it's like basically, it's like a little framed piece of mat board that's been cut, and it holds my pots in this really heavy frame so that they don't get dumped over like I'm always doing. I waste so much money every year in wash pots. There we go, nice. More Agrax. There we go. That was exactly what I wanted. Hopefully that will kill a little bit of the metallic on that spot. I have all the gadgets. I have all the gadgets that help me keep from spilling paint for sure. Putting a little bit over here. Put some on that fur, because I don't know. That fur is not the color I want. Let me look at the photo again. Yeah, it's supposed to be a straight up that birch color. And maybe a little ivory. We'll just mix a little ivory and see how that goes. Let's get the edges of that. Much better. Oh, I see a cat hair. Hashtag cat hair. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what I was thinking, Real Bug King, is that's why I wanted to make it that color. Is that I feel like all the fur in Kingdom Death is probably white lion fur. And I tend to paint it as such. And there's such a strong lion theme on almost everything too. Like these lion looking faces, and then this is the same little thing that was on the White Knight. Screaming antelope. Yeah, it could be screaming antelope fur. That's true. All right. Let's see something. Let's do. I need white. Where's my white? Oh. Sands. That's not right. This is scale white. Scale color white. I'm gonna put this on the lantern part that's glowing, and you'll see why in a second here. Hello, Sky Guy. Welcome. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Here we go. So all of this is going to be much more white over here. Oh, Shane Man, are you from Australia or Austria? Welcome. All right, let's go back here. It's drying still. I can probably stipple a little bit more gold on there. Ah, I just whipped it on the sword hilt. Ooh, now it's really cool looking. Maybe we should just do kind of the stippling like I did with the, we'll just keep doing it. When you make a mistake, make it look like you did it on purpose. Do more of it. Nope, I'm not happy with that. So we're gonna glaze. Make another layer. Gold thread spinning wheel and a small guy jumping up and down. Yeah, Cars versus, I like the Incredibles way more. Okay, so glazing that helped a lot. So now we're gonna try to do smaller little squiggles in that. Really hard. Better. I'm okay with that. Do that again over here. So we had big squiggles. And what we'll do is we'll glaze over them. Happy little clouds. Exactly. On his sleeve. It's just a sadly happy little mistake. That's all right. Like I said, when you make a mistake, is that dry? Now we're gonna glaze. I think I have a cat hair in my mouth. Ugh. Quick. You guys are gonna get in a chat fight about The Incredibles. Alright, now tiny little squiggles. That's actually cool looking. You've been turned into a cow. Can you go home? I need that dark purple over here. My cat is crying down below. He's a big baby. Or in Australia, they call him a sook. He's a sook. That means crybaby, complainer. Alright. Let's do the, I feel like a lot of stuff's missing from this. Let's do the leather straps on the belt. They need to be that dark purpley color. Getting there. Wait, those are tassels, aren't they? That one was. The rest isn't. These are little pouches for the belt. Yeah, I have no idea if they're gonna lower the price. It's always been a little pricey. It's a boutique game. So count on it to be at least $200 retail. And he is not interested in selling it in stores. So okay. Oh. Yeah, and he doesn't really need to sell. I mean, he's got like how many? Like 12 million plus? So he does not need to sell it in the stores at this point. In fact, that would actually probably hurt him quite a bit. I have an idea. I'm going to do that same stippling effect over here. That's not bad. I don't mind that at all. Alright, we need to do the yellow for this lantern here. I don't know how this is going to turn out. And all of this, oh, that's why. I need a different yellow real quick. Yes, I'm going to use this yellow, Sahara yellow. You don't like role-playing stuff, you've always preferred board games, and you think, yeah, I think that a lot of people like Into Death because it has some role-playing aspects to it. Ooh, I need a different brush again. There, yeah, I don't know if he was contemplating selling the box without the minis, and then it would be a lot less. I want to say it was like only $100 without the minis, and it was $100 with it, or an extra 100 with it. All right, this is dry brushing right now, kind of getting that glow in from the lantern. I need my fluorescent really bad though. Yeah, it's starting to look like the picture now. Trying to get there, guys. Okay. Yeah, he's getting much closer. I'm not loving this silver. I think it needs to be less silver and more platinum-y, goldy. Maybe even a bronze. Let's just see what happens when I brush a little bit of the gold on it to tint it. Yeah, that was it. Sky Guy, are you still here? You got any recommendations? I know we need some more shadows in there for sure. Ooh, that I like. Okay. Happy to get rid of that silver then. This is the plastic version. This is my core box set version. Good, thank you for asking. Yeah, okay. I feel like we need dark darks, don't we? I have an ink. I'm gonna grab it. This is a mixture of blue, Prussian blue, and umber ink, dark umber, burnt umber, however you say it. It's super dark. Look at this. Let me try not to blurb it on stuff. Look at that. These used to be airbrush inks. I think you can use pretty much any Prussian blue and umber ink. It'll be fine. And we're gonna go under everything. And dark line it. Because nothing is dark enough on this. See that? Popped everything right there. Boom, boom, boom. Bam! Do I reckon that the resin version will be the same to paint? It'll be really similar. I mean, resin has its own, it has a lot more detail, tends to anyway. Futurist, are you from Australia? Because I think Australians are the only people I know that say reckon. Once in a while British do, but I know Americans don't say it. You can always spot an Aussie by 3 things: reckon, keeps, and yeah, nah. Why is the price so high? Thought it had about 20 minis in it. There we go. That ink is really what this thing needed. Look at that. You use Reckon regularly? You're from California? That's cool. I'm glad that you got the stream, because a lot of times Californians aren't able to because I'm so early for them. See how important that dark lining is, guys? Look at that. These are harsh shadows because that lamp is right there. Now, I don't usually dark line on the tops of things, but since that lantern is underneath, it needs to be. Hey, Bamba Samson, wait, Bam Bamson, welcome. How you doing? There we go. Oh, I'm happy. Looking very 3D now. All this back here needs to be dark line back here. You're fine. So what are we painting? We're painting Kingdom Death. the Hand. He is one of the bosses from the Kingdom Death board game. Kingdom Kick Your Ass game. And yeah, we're painting him up. He's from my home game. So personal paint job right here. I'm giving him lots of nice dark shadows right at the moment. Getting there. Let's do all this back here. We're just going over everything with an ink. And the nice thing about the ink is it goes into all the recesses. Thank you. Yeah, everybody should still be there. They're just kind of chilling. There's a lot of people still here, I think, unless they went to work. Cosmo BC, hey. We are actually winding down to the last part of my stream. Flickster, and maybe that's where everybody is going, is starting. So I'm going to get ready and auto host him in just 1 second. I'm just kind of on a roll with this though. Alright, this is my Kingdom Death hand. Let's look at the artwork. How's that look, guys? Pretty good? Pretty close? Oops, can't see it. There you go, and so bright. Well, like that. Alright, guys. I want to thank you so much for showing up. I'll be back Wednesday night with my lovely husband Mike at 7 to 9 Central Time, and I'll also be doing another European time zone stream from 2:30 to 4:30 Central, which is Chicago time, on Friday. So thank you so much. Turn that